statute of limitations. The streets still holler about how strong I am. I heard still holler about how wrong I am. As a little had me amazed how my steady hand kept it afloat. Let it sit, cool it hard, and hit the set, cool it heartless in front of the store projects. Long as I'm
we're in the place they call the Air Canada Centre in Toronto, Ontario, the home of the Raptors, where we're broadcasting live. Thanks for joining us as we get set to bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony.
Come on, fella. Power it down. That dunk was redunculous.
There was absolutely nobody that was going to get in the way of that.
And not when he's coming in with that kind of force.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. Setting the floor for the Warriors, the Splash Brothers are the guards. Green at the 4 with Bogut at the 5. And it's Barnes in at the 3 spot.
And for Kyle Lowry, last season was full of milestones. First, he signs the big contract extension for 4 years. Then he earns his first ever All-Star selection. Unfortunately, he didn't finish as strong with the postseason, but a terrific year.
Here's Curry. About a minute played so far here in the first. It's stolen by Valanciunas. The drive by Lowry. Toronto on defense. 6-point game. Curry's shot is good. And on the topic of Lowry, he became only the 3rd Toronto Raptor ever, Clark, to be voted into the All-Star game.
Yeah, you know, Bosch and Vinsanity, the other two. Lowry also participated in the All-Star Weekend Steals Challenge. Man, he's been outstanding as a point guard.
And a tenacious leader for the Raptors.
Yeah.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter, just served him up.
Here's DeRozan, and Draymond Green picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Carroll, no one around him, and he's good on the 3-ball.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
Warriors have gotten their first 3 shots to Thompson. And he lobs it up. No good from Bogut. The Raptors have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field to start out the game. That's good.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash-mouth basketball, guys.
You're all about imposing your will offensively, getting exactly the kind of looks their coach drew up.
Fires the 3. The shot no good. Great D that time from Green.
And the Raptors have been talking about changing things up in the logo department for a while. Finally, we get a chance to see the new logo this season. And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
Corey Joseph's checked in for the Raptors.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
As you said, the Raptors with the new logo this year, Greg. Good-looking change, too, I think, Clark.
Yeah, I think it's subtle enough to not lose the continuity, but still feel fresh and new. I like that. That's a nice job of balancing the old with freshening up for the new.
Bogut kicks to Thompson. It's stolen by Carroll. One-on-one here. Here's Joseph. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Raptors.
Tell you what, guys, they're showing us a lot of energy early on and racking up those fast break points.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Biyombo checks in for Jonas Valanciunas, and it's Powell in for Damari Carroll.
I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense if he's got the A game rolling tonight.
And some changes here for the Raptors. Scola comes in for Patrick Patterson. And it's Ross in for DeMar DeRozan. Sean Livingston, he's checked in for the Warriors. No good from Ross.
And that was a difficult shot from mid-range simply because the defense was engaged.
Yeah, and I think the quickness of the closeout really threw him off.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
And when you look at Draymond Green, he's not a guy who will wow you with his numbers or his athleticism, Clark. He brings a lot of intangibles, though, and I remember talking early in his career with Tom Izzo up at Michigan State saying those exact things, that he gives you so much more than just what you see.
And his current coach and our former partner, Steve Kerr, raves about him. He's the heart and soul of the Warriors, in Steve's words.
Throws it up high. The alley-oop layup. Very well done.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick two at the other end. That's losing basketball.
Especially when you can't afford to give up any buckets. That's a nice lead now.
And Spates gets to go.
Just not enough bodies on the glass right there, and they paid for it.
Well, Greg, I know you're a little guy, but you know what it means to box out, and it's an effort thing and a mindset deal. You got to get your body between that other player and the ball. Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
Iguodala, no good.
Well, I think he kind of alligator armed that one, short stroked it. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
It was the season of destiny, and the Warriors certainly followed through, Clark. The best team in the league all year, and they finished the job beating the Cavs in the finals.
And they were on a mission from the get-go. They would become another team to win 65 games or more and win the finals. Impressive work.
The Warriors making a switch here. Barbosa's checked in. On up the court. Joseph, that's good. Joseph's got 8 points.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high amps, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out. And for the Warriors, they had tough opponents the whole way. I mean, the Pelicans, Grizzlies, and Rockets, they all put up fights. The Cavs in the finals were just as tough with LeBron, but the Warriors found a way to come through. Now that's terrific defense at the rim. Got right in his path.
And you know they'll be conscious of him next time they take it inside, too. I mean, that's what really good defenders do. They make you think about their presence.
And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
That's 2 unproductive trips in a row, ending in turnover.
And one thing you can't do is string together those kinds of possessions. It can snowball in a hurry.
Here's Ezeli. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Ezeli's got his first basket of the night.
It's almost as if both teams are in a zone.
Well, offensively at least, partner. I mean, neither team's done jack diddly on D.
A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through 1. It's the Raptors leading by 4. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And power forward Patrick Patterson getting better every season. He said that his college career... Patterson, Clark, exactly the guy he says he is, and that's why he's one of those glue guys you've got to have on your team.
Yeah, Velcro valutility, I call him, the kind of guy who his teammates just love. I mean, they know he's always going to have their back, and he's always going to work hard. He's going to do what he's supposed to do and be where he's supposed to be and do it when he's supposed to do it.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And guys, what's your take on Toronto so far?
You know, they're not going to sit back and just take jump shots. It's all about attacking the paint and getting to the rim.
That's who they are. They've been the aggressor early, attacking the hoop and getting into that paint.
So on the floor for Golden State to begin this second quarter. Rush out there with Harrison Barnes. Then there's Ian Clark. Then there's Festus Ezeli. And it's Curry in at the 1 spot. Thompson, he's checked in for Ian Clark. Raptors leading by 4. Ross on the wing. From 17 feet out. Barnes grabs the miss.
And Terrence Ross showed fantastic development in his second season, but really took a step back last year. All of his shooting percentages were down. He exuded confidence, but still at times just could not buy a basket.
Andrew Bogut checked in for Golden State. And that one's good. And that's now 10 points for Steph Curry.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Here's Biyombo. The shot will not go. And it's the Warriors taking it the other way. Thompson dishes to Bogut. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And he hits it to tie the game up.
No hesitation at all on that alley-oop. Saw his teammate with the path to the hoop, and bang! Lobbed it right up there for him.
And he was ready for it, elevated, made the catch. You saw the result.
And you know what, though? I like the fact that he still chose that conservative finish there, just making sure he got the deuce.
How? The kick out to Scola. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. And the Raptors lead by 2. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. Back to Terrence Ross, Greg, you're talking about him. It's so easy for a young player to lose his way a little after coming on so fast. Clark, I'm not surprised that he's hit a few bumps in the road along the way.
That's part of the development and growth process, Kevin. You've seen it with a lot of guys. His upside, though, is great.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
And that gets him going here in the second after hitting 2 from long range in that first.
16 feet away. It's rebounded by Golden State.
Well, it's just been one of those kind of games for him.
Baseline J on the way. Powell pulls it in. Powell's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. And the jam by Ross.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
Here's Curry with the 3. It's Biyombo with the rebound.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Here's Ross. He trains the quick shot. Now it's a 5-point Raptor lead.
And they've looked terrific in transition today. That's had a lot to do with their success.
Well, it certainly has. I mean, they've done a really good job recognizing anytime they've had the numbers advantage, and then they've taken advantage. We've seen it time and time again here.
The shot by Powell, no good. Golden State's gone 2 of 4 in the second quarter.
Well, I tell you, the Warriors roster fit together hand in glove. They were led by the Splash Brothers, but the front court and the bench really complemented the rest of the team perfectly because all of the players for the Warriors were extremely versatile and highly skilled.
And some changes here for the Warriors. Spates checked in for Bogut. Draymond Green comes in for Azili, and it's Livingston in for Barnes. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Warriors have gone 5 of 11 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. If you're talking about the Warriors, you know, they were built to play with each other last year. The bigs could all pass very well, and that set up the three-point threats.
And then even on the defensive side, I mean, they had players that really complemented each other. I mean, some undersized power forwards who countered with rim protectors. I mean, they also had the length at every perimeter position to switch on any play. So they are equally as adept on that side of the ball.
Terrence Ross, an explosive young player who can really put on a show. Clark, jaw-dropping, highlight reel dunks on his specialty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Tremendous athlete, great bounce and elevation and creativity. Won the slam dunk contest as a rookie.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Andre Iguodala is checked in for Klay Thompson, and Ian Clark subbed in for Curry.
And back to Terrence Ross. Sometimes the show he puts on is of the scoring variety. He threw in 51 against the Clippers 2 seasons ago. Great lift and form on his shot.
You know, one thing I think about with Terrence Ross is he can be all or nothing. His game moves up and down like a roller coaster or an echocardiogram. I mean, he's up, he's way up, and he's down. Look out below.
And guys, Bismack Biyombo, he got into a groove at the end of last season. After Al Jefferson went down, remember the month of April, he averaged nearly 9 rebounds a game, 2.5 blocks. He was all over the floor.
Yeah, and that's Bismack. I mean, he's that guy. He cleans the glass for you, intimidates shooters in the lane. He's not all the way consistent yet, but he's shown steady improvement.
Golden State's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the three. Oh! Ho, ho!
The solo alley-oop. That's not something we see too often.
Timed it perfectly. You're right, and caught the defense totally off guard.
Hey, guys, how about his coach? Looked like his heart was in his throat there for a second. Now, though, he's able to smile, more of a smile of relief.
And there's a nice one-handed slam.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
And stolen by Scola. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. Leandro Barbosa, he's checked in for the Warriors. And it's the Warriors' ball. They're on a 13-5 run. Livingston. No good. So the Raptors will take it the other way. Kicks to Powell. Raptors moving the ball around. Over to the left wing. Ross passes to Biyombo. Fires from 14. Now in the scoring column with that deuce. 1 for 2 this game.
And that's definitely a shot that he has in his arsenal.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And again, no good by Golden State. Toronto trailer. Here's Ross. Green with the block. And it's the Warriors on the break, pushing it up. Here's Iguodala, and good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. Iguodala's got his second bucket. Just 4 seconds left to play here in the half. And so it's a...
Okay, Kevin, here with Coach Casey and Coach...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny Smith and Shaquille. The first half was all about Stephen Curry. He had 20 points and 1 assist. All right, that is going to wrap up our halftime report at...
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. Really an incredible game from Stephen Curry.
And the threes, they just dropped for him consistently. He was in a zone in that first half.
I'll say, this couldn't have been a more productive day for him from long range so far.
Corey Joseph is out there with Powell. Then it's Terrence Ross. Then it's Scola. And it's Biyombo at the center position. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points. Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation. Great job to hit his teammate on that move, Kevin.
The Warriors lead it. It's Curry with the drive, hangs in midair, and converts on the double clutch layup.
Oh, nice double pump finish there, strictly for the fans.
Powell kicks to Joseph. Here's Ross. Out of bounds. Golden State takes possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third.
Well, you know, you look at the Raptors, and they improved in a number of ways last season, but their bench play was one of their bigger improvements. They had one of the weaker benches in the league in 2014, but they flipped that around last year.
Greg, one thing about the Raptors last year, they made the moves they needed to in order to be sure to fix their bench, strengthen their bench. It showed on paper and in person.
Yeah, credit their front office. In 2014, they had a bottom 5 bench in terms of scoring. Last season, they flipped that, became a top 5 bench in terms of that scoring, and even had the 6th man of the year leading the way.
Lou Williams. Scola dishes to Biombo, and he takes the feed in stride and slams it.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
Timeout called the Warriors.
And for Louis Scola, a very different role for him over the last 2 years. I mean, he was a starter for most of his career, then signed with Indiana, who had David West at the 4. Off the bench, though, Scola still played efficiently, but he was just used to putting up much bigger numbers for other teams.
Here's Powell. Hands it from downtown. Powell's got 7 points.
Everything going to plan here to start the third. 80% shooting thus far.
Curry passes to Barnes. Here's Green. That one a little long. Like you were talking about Scola, he has the physical skills, Clark, to make a difference.
Yeah, he really does. I mean, he's not spectacular in anything, but he's really solid in just about everything. A pro is pro, and he adds value, tremendous value to any team he's on. The defense to start and ignite that play was terrific, and I love the fact that they attacked early in the shot clock.
And really look for them now to be even more aggressive on the defensive side. Try to come up with a few more steals.
Well, that's why they're on the lead. Aggressive play at both ends. Very nicely done there.
Absolutely. They make the steal, pay dividends instantly on the fast break.
Warriors leading by 3. And Green slams it in.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not? Take a few chances. A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-handed. And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
How about that? Breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk.
A nice way to pad that lead a little more.
Yes, indeed.
And again, Toronto no luck. Here's Golden State now. Good momentum, 8 straight points. And that one's good. And it's a 9-point Warrior lead.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
And, Greg, you know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
And, guys, one thing that we were treated with last year was Steve Kerr's great quotability in post-game interviews and pressers. He said all the right things and deflected praise like a coach who had done it for many years.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Festus Ezeli comes in for Andrew Bogut. And it's Rush in for Draymond Green. Biombo, no good, and tight defense there, bothered that shot.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Yeah, another column in the stat sheet that hasn't gone in their favor. To climb back, they've got to put forth more effort.
And Kerr is so good with the media because, Greg, he was a media member himself for so long. You know that as well as anybody. Clark, I don't think he ever tried his hand at broadcasting, though. I can't see him doing that, could you?
Yeah, right,
No.
Right. He probably just drone on as a broadcaster and would rarely contribute anything of note.
Oh!
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam. Powell kicks to Biombo. Will it go? And the layup is up and in. Biombo's got his 3rd basket of the night. Warriors leading by 15 and stolen by Scola. And he jams it with authority.
Quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
Yeah, nice, strong finish there. Nearly a three-point opportunity.
Full throttle, pedal to the metal, attacking basketball. I like that.
Just watching Festus Ezeli out of Vanderbilt play. He's got the big body inside, moves pretty fluidly, adroit, good footwork. He's kind of got the whole package.
Yeah, he does. He's a space eater. He's very strong physically, good frame. He's a load down there, and what you said, the fact that he's fairly agile, makes him tough.
And he gets the bucket. And the Warriors lead by 15.
And defensively, they're on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
They get it back. Rush gets the bucket. Rush has got his first basket.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
And really nothing like a good old-fashioned throwdown to get a team going.
And, Greg, they do need to get going. They wouldn't mind, shaving a couple more points off that lead right away.
Well, if the defense keeps giving up easy baskets like that, it won't be a lead for long.
Joseph with the ball. He's got 10. Can't connect from short range. Here's Barbosa, and it's blocked. And it's out of bounds. The Warriors. Able to retain possession here. Rush outside. That one falls. Coming off Iguodala's feet. Iguodala's got 3 assists tonight. And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. So it's Toronto now. They trail by 18. On the court for Golden State here in the fourth. Thompson is the 2 with Barnes at the 3. Draymond Green is out there with Maurice Space, and it's Curry in at the point.
They have got to put a body on it, because otherwise, with his agility and athleticism, they're not going to be able to contain him on the offensive glass.
And there's a whistle that goes on Corey Joseph. And the Warriors making a change here. Bogut's checked in.
Andrew Bogut.
Here's Barnes. Green inside the three-point line, and Scola pulls it down. Scola's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Here's Powell. Lays it in without an inch of room around him.
We've seen a noticeable improvement out of him since halftime. He didn't have a whole lot working in the first half.
Here's Curry with the 3. They get the rebound. Green. Excellent D there for Scola.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
It's stolen by Bogut, and now it's Green running. He can go all the way. Here's Curry, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
You know, Curry is playing extremely well. 31 points, and he's unleashed a barrage of three-pointers on him.
And Clark, you can tell they're good right now when the ball leaves his hand. He has racked up a ton of points. And Steph Curry, 6'3" and about 195. I mean, a slender frame. You look back to high school and college, and that was one of the question marks. Did he have the strength to succeed?
We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. Toronto grabs the miss. Scola's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. And the jam by Ross.
Maybe that'll ignite him. I mean, impossible not to get pumped up after that. At least I think that would be the case.
Well, you can see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are. Look at them. They are pumped up.
Yeah, they're geek.
And that's what the alley-oops guys will do for your team.
Rips down the breakaway slam.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
Timeout called the Warriors. And speaking of Curry's slight build, he's worked up and bulked himself up. He's added some muscle. He even got up to 200 pounds, I think he said. But he didn't feel real good, Clark, at that weight.
Yeah, it's not about the weight, Kevin. It's about strength. You need it to fight through screens and attack the rim, and he's clearly put on the strength he needs to play at his highest level.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Steve Kerr was saying to the team. He laid one thing out there for them, saying, now is the time to eliminate any chance of a mistake. We've got a good lead. Don't take any unnecessary risks or commit a silly foul. Smart basketball from here on out.
Boy, he's just dangling from the rim after sending it through there.
You can see which team now has the swagger, Clark, right now.
Yeah, it's with them.
And, guys, that swagger can backfire because you don't want to get your opponent a little too riled up. And this is why you need good defenders on the interior to contest shots.
Yeah, Greg, making every shot a hard one, even the shots in close.
And there's Barnes. That's good on the assist by Curry. Curry's got his 5th assist in this one. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Warriors.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition. Looking at the numbers for Biyombo, he has 8 points, and what a tear he's been rejecting shot after shot.
Clark, he has owned the paint.
Boy, once again, the Raptors were able to put forth a really strong year. You know, the national media recognized it, and the Raptors picked up more and more of the spotlight marquee games as a result.
Here's Ross. Nice D from Bogut.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there. And just a little bit ragged defensively there, Clark.
Well, for a long time, Greg, the Raptors didn't have a lot of nationally broadcast games in the U.S. Seemed like a forgotten team at times, unfortunately.
Yeah, and you know what? A playoff drop is one of the ways that ended that factor. Also, the team plays an exciting brand of basketball. They're a division winner to go along with that, so you start adding those things up, and you see why the Raptors continue to get more and more coverage nationally.
And the Warriors making a change here. Iguodala's checked in.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the lead.
And again, Toronto no luck.
Really tough for this group right now, trying anything to stop the run.
And no matter what they've tried, it hasn't worked. I think they've just got to slow it down, idle it back, and get back to the basics. He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Warriors leading by 23. Here's Bogut. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got 5 assists tonight.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run. And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Golden State moving it around. Puts up a 3, and that one's good. Thompson's got 7 points here in this quarter.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Warriors.
You're right, Steve. It was a standout performance across the board. They were just, at times, Clark, it seemed toying with them.
Yeah, like watching a cat play with a mouse, Kevin, quite
Yeah.
honestly. They were able to do more or less, whatever they wanted to do.
A fantastic show. And what an amazing all-around game it was for Curry. He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
And the Warriors with a completely new 5 on the floor. And the shot is good.
And the fans already heading for the exits, clearly not pleased with the way things turned out today.
Well, Greg, this was a well-deserved win. I mean, they came into this building and acted like it was their home turf. I mean, they were the ones calling the shots and controlling everything.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
That's his first personal foul. Shooting for Toronto.
And he makes the first.
Taking 2 shots.
What a year for the Warriors. Clark won their division for the first time in 39 years, ran away with the very tough Western Conference.
And there were a number of surprises last season, Kevin, but the Warriors were at the top of the list. I mean, I don't think anybody, including you and I, pegged them to be as good as they were.
Especially the way the finals began.
Exactly.
Terrific run to seal the deal.
Yeah, and now let's just keep an eye on how much longer they keep the foot on the accelerator.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
At the line for 2.
He hits the second from the line. Here's Clark. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. And the slam dunk by Rush.
Another bucket added to the lead. They've been the better team in every facet.
And in my opinion, you get extra bonus points, extra eye of the beholder points when you do it the way they're doing it on the road. That's special.
Here's Barbosa. Biombo with the block. So here's Scola. Pass to Powell. Here's Biombo. It's good. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. This one was over well before the final.
Yes, Kevin, thank you. I'm with Klay Thompson.
The 2K Sports postgame show.